Hello. And wow. Hello, interlocutors. Wow, that's a mouthful. Anyway, hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Today we're doing something a little bit different because, as we all know, we've got a lot of changes going on in the world right now. So give me 1 second. I was missing one thing. So I'm going to show you the easiest recipe ever. Your kids can do this on their own. You can do this with your kids. There are a couple of steps I wouldn't recommend letting the kids do by themselves, but there are ways around that. For kids, you will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items. That's it, 6. I'll bring you up close so you can see. We need a cutting board, a small knife, a ready-made pie crust, quick chopping, a bowl, and our fruit. Now, the fruit can be a lot of different kinds. I have chosen to use a frozen wild berry medley. I originally got this recipe from a commercial when I was, I don't know, 9 or 10 years old, in a commercial of all things, right? I think it was a Cool Whip chopping commercial. Anyway, so it is a super, super simple recipe. I modified it for my own purposes just a little bit. I'm using the frozen fruit. However, the Cool Whip commercial actually had us using a can of fruit cocktail. As I can't eat most canned fruit cocktails, I adapted the recipe to be more friendly for me. Sometimes I use frozen peaches. Sometimes I use fresh fruit, fresh raspberries or blackberries I love to do. So this is how simple this is. I'm going to pour my fruit into my bowl. You can set the package aside for now. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cut some of the berries. Now, this is the part you don't want the kids to do alone, depending on their ages. Or you could prepare the fruit for them and have it ready. Since we're live, I'm not going to cut away and do this in advance. I'm actually doing everything live while we're here right now. So essentially cutting the fruit into small pieces. And I was wrong. You'll need one more thing. A napkin or towel or paper towel, something to wipe your hands off as we go. So I'm cutting the bigger pieces. They'll work better in the pie. So we're just going to cut those into small pieces so that we can distribute more of the fruit throughout the pie. Plus, it's easier to eat. And using mixed berries, we want to mix them up, have some good flavor. Here, we'll do a blackberry. And this one is actually really, really fun. I even have been known to make these at work in my office during my breaks. I'll take the ingredients to work, and then at break time, I pop off to the break room and whip up a pie and stick it in the freezer. And by afternoon, I have a nice, fresh, fun, fruity treat to share with my friends and coworkers. So I'm sure you've noticed I haven't put anything out in a couple of weeks. Not even my fun Friday food videos. The reason for that is we got some really bad news on May 5th. My company took some austerity measures, and we did have to lay off quite a few people. And this actually makes me pretty sad. It took me a little bit. I had to process it because it was kind of a tough thing, saying goodbye to friends and coworkers I've worked with as long as 10 or 15 years. So the good news, I was not on the list. It's just me. Wow, I don't know where my head was going with that. Fortunately, I was not on that list, and I get to continue working for the time being. Now I'm doing some raspberries. And I'm not cutting up all the fruit. I'm making different sizes so that we get more dimension and diversity throughout the pie. But it was really sad. I actually spent several days really just crying and trying to stay focused on work and getting my head around it. So I also started doing some additional work in my office here at home. And so there's been a little bit of time. I've been going through some of the boxes I've had around. Still so much more to go, but that's not what today is about, right? Today is about all this beautiful, delicious fruit. Can you see that? Going into a delicious frozen pie. So I found another giant strawberry in here. Let's get that cut. So if the fruit was already pre-cut, that takes a few minutes off the time. Literally, this can be done in 5 minutes or less. It is an amazing sweet treat and super simple. So now, almost done. One more little strawberry here, and then we can get to the fun part, the mixing. And you can see why this is so easy and why kids would love this. I learned how to do this as a child. I shared this with my son when he was little. And it has been just an absolute load of fun. So I'm just going to pour or scrape my fruit off my cutting board. And I'm mixing it in. You might be able to see with the bigger pieces too. And then that is really the hardest part of this whole thing. So I'll go ahead and set this aside. There we go. Because we will not be needing it again. Got a little spill. Let's clean that up and wipe off the knife. And now we can get to the fun. Where did I put my spoon? Did I forget to mention we need a spoon? Ah, there we are. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items total. I think I said 5 initially, or 6, 7. The knife and cutting board, the bowl and fruit, spoon, whipped topping, and our pie crust. So I'm going to go ahead and open my pie crust that I bought ready-made, $1.99 at Kroger. And we're just going to leave it right here. However, I'm going to take the label off and the inside cover, and we'll discard that. So now we have the fruit, the berry medley. Just going to stir that up so all the bigger pieces and smaller pieces get kind of distributed and dispersed throughout. And kind of well, a nice little well-diversified mix here. So now we're going to take the whipped topping, again, Kroger brand, times being what they are. A lot of us are just buying what we can get and not being brand picky. I tend to be brand picky on a few things, but not typically stuff like this. It actually works pretty well. I've used store brand for this before. So there we go. Get that up. So we open our whipped topping. If yours came frozen, do recommend that being the one thing you do in advance is thaw your topping. So I'm just going to scoop it out into my bowl. So you can see what we're doing here. Just scoop the topping out into the bowl. And then the part I think kids like, I'm just going to fold that into the fruit. Mix it up. Make sure we get all the way down to the bottom of the bowl so we can scoop those berries up to the top. And you'll see our whipped topping starts to change colors. This is turning a really pretty pink. And sometimes I like to hold some berries out to decorate the top and just put some along the border, but not today. I didn't feel we needed to do that. Just trying to get this all mixed in and incorporated really nicely so that the fruits all mixed in there. All right, you get me back now. And so it's been an emotional couple of weeks. So I did end up taking a break, but I'm back. Don't know how regular these are going to be, but we're here now, right? So now all we do is dump that into our crust. Just scoop that right on in there. Spread it out. Kind of fill the crust as evenly as possible. As I said, sometimes I like to save some of the base and put them along the border, maybe one in the middle, something like that, to make it look pretty. But today is just about catching up and having a little fun. So there we go, our nice berry pie. Just going to put the top. It came, in the crust like this. We're going to flip it over like this and pop it in the freezer for a couple of hours. And it will nice and frozen. A little bit later, we'll take it out and have a treat. I probably won't have you here with me to do that part, but you can see how easy and fun it is. I do want to thank you for taking the time to come hang out and visit with me while I made this fun little pie. I hope you're all having a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. I'll probably be online later with either a video or another live. So I hope to see you there. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy your day off tomorrow. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay blessed. Okay. Done. Ow, ow. Get away. Okay, we're done. Yep. Because you're welcome. I wouldn't mind letting you be in it, but you gotta have clothes on.
I do.
Oh, Shadow, you want dinner? I did not feed the cat. I know.
You should put some claws in her head. Tell her to ring the fucking dinner bell.
All right, now she's well, she went down with me once, and I was gonna feed her as soon as I was done, and then oops, she wasn't there. Oh, but it's okay because she's fed now. Oh, I am suddenly not feeling so well. Okay.